All right. Welcome to our kind of homesteading. We're your hosts, Sherry.
And Shauna.
And Shauna hasn't just scared the shit out of Shauna. It was very funny. She was not expecting his clap.
Nobody was. Even Poosin got scared. Poosin, did you say hi? Can you see Poosin?
Well, it's not a lot to scare her. She's
I know.
Kind of a scaredy cat.
So yeah, welcome back, everybody. Thanks for checking out our last podcast and our YouTube and stuff like that. It was pretty cool. My husband, when he posted it, you know, because he has to do all those things because we don't know what we're doing. And so he like posted it and stuff. And I was like, okay. And he I was over at my mom's house and having dinner and stuff. And he was like, okay, it's all done. Like I have it uploaded. It's going to go out tomorrow. I'm like, sweet. And then the next day, like I look at it and like this, you know, like the thumbnail or the still of the picture, I literally look like a cross between like Quasimodo and like the guy from the Goonies. I was like, what the?
Oh my God, you did look like the guy from the Goonies.
It was awful, and like it was horrible, and I'm just like, okay, thank you, sweetheart.
I don't think you did it on purpose.
I think you did. I think it was like, you know what would be hilarious?
It was really fucking funny. I really did genuinely try to change that, but I just couldn't. So I'm sorry. But when I posted,
now the whole world can see it. Me and all my glory. I'm like
Quasimodo glory.
Yeah, it's like I was like a hot mess. I was like, great. So sorry, I know we're getting up. We're gonna talk about what to forage in the spring today.
Yes, coming up
because there's already things like popping up, so we want to talk about it. But I was just thinking. So this past week, speaking of hot messes, okay? So this past week, I had to take Ronan to the dentist.
Oh, right.
Okay, and you know like how your day like goes and you have to get out of the house and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, like we're running late, you guys, like get in the car. And I had to go put our young chickens away because I don't like to leave them out because they're my favorites. Sorry, I have favorite chickens. And one, his name's Captain Jack. He was like stuck under the coop because he's an idiot. And he was like, he literally tried to go out of a spot that was like too low on the coop. And so he got stuck. And so I'm having to like get like on my hands and knees, like dig this chicken out because he's a freaking idiot. Finally put him away. And I'm like, you guys, like get in the car. Like we are late. Like, I had to do this, blah, blah, blah. So I like on the way there and like where their dentist is, it's like, it's a nice area, It's not.
It's affluent.
It's and people have
all these big ass houses and
it's a nice area.
It's just ridiculous, right? It's just gorgeous cars.
People have money there. And so I am like, I had thrown my hair up like in the car into like a ponytail, and I try to hide like all my bumps and craziness with like my sunglasses just on top of my head.
I mean, it's good.
Yeah.
It usually works.
Okay, but like. So I'm sitting there and there's another family in the waiting room in the little office, and, I'm looking at their perfectly groomed children. There's like,
it's a farce.
Yeah, there's like, and they're young, like really young. I'm like, how do you do that? How do you keep young kids groomed? Like, is
Stepford kids. That's what it is.
It was weird.
That's it.
And then the, and the wife and the husband, they're both like there together. Like, why are you both here? I don't know. And they're like, also like the wife's very like put together. Like she has young kids and she's wearing like, little booties, like the heeled booties, like looking very cute. Yeah. So I'm kind of like feeling self-conscious because I'm like, I have like the chicken scratch powder all over my pants,
nice.
Like
it's a nice touch.
I had some chicken shit on my knee from when I was like, but then she's kind of like looking at me like, I know I look like a hot mess, like, don't judge. But then like I kind of look down at my shoes and I'm like, yep, those are muck boots. Those are muck boots with chicken shit in a nice clean dentist.
Oh my gosh.
Office.
Did you have new shoes with you?
No.
See, I've done that before, but I had my other shoes in the car, and I just ran out. And I had Mom totally looking me up and down like I was like a psychotic alien.
I'm sure they're thinking, like, where in the hill people did you come from? Like, it was...
She's like, can you go back to whatever podunk town you crawled out of, please?
Like, I was just, like, literally a hot mess. Like, I just looked awful, like... Oh, God. I was just like, I just want to get out of here. I want to go back to my home where I'm comfortable and my chickens don't judge me, okay?
Right. Where my chicken shit is perfectly fine because it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. That is hilarious. That's too much.
So that was like twice in like a week where I just was like, okay, I maybe should step it up a little bit. Especially when I'm going into...
I think there's seasons for everything. I feel like sometimes I'm really in a mood or in like a groove almost to be like, I'm putting myself together. I'm looking good.
Yeah.
I don't care what it takes. Like, yes, I will be late to things, or yes, I'm going to get up early. And then I have other times where I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
Well, it's not that I didn't care. Like, it was not like, I mean, I guess I didn't care.
No, you don't. And it's fine.
But it was just
it's
like,
good.
you know, you're
Own
doing
it.
your daily stuff. And then I'm like, we have to go, like, right now. And this is how I'm going.
Like this. Hair.
But, like,
muck
you don't
boots.
really realize, like, your, like, how you live compared to, like, other people until, like, you're around other people. And you're like, why don't you have,
I see.
why don't you have, like, dog hair all over you?
And why are your shoes so freaking clean?
And like,
You're an
yeah,
alien.
yeah, and like, what is, like, did you guys just come from like a family photo shoot? Like, what the flip is happening? Yeah, so that was a fun experience for everybody. And then, like, you know, I was like,
And
okay,
I'm sorry, that's so weird though to be so put together all the time. It's weird. No
very,
offense to
very
anybody
foreign.
that's put together.
It's very foreign
It's
to
a
me.
very foreign. It is very foreign to me,
But
just because
some people are like, I don't know.
I guess because I just don't care.
Well, and
actually.
like, I don't know. Yeah, I guess I don't care either. But like, I was like, kind of like, maybe
And
I
my
should just.
lifestyle, the whole homesteading lifestyle, it's totally worth it to me to basically,
Look
you
like
know
a
what?
hot mess
Look like
all
a hot
of the
mess.
time.
Don't worry about it, right?
I was
'Cause
like, next time I come to the dentist office, I'm just gonna own it. I'm gonna bring my banjo and my overalls.
you don't own those things. Well, your husband has a banjo, but you do not have overalls.
I'm
And
gonna
if
get
you do,
some.
I want to
gonna
see you
get
in those
some.
overalls.
Yeah.
Next podcast.
I'm going to be super cute. My mom told me that on the last podcast, she wanted me to wear a brighter color, so I wore olive green.
That's Shauna's bright color.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that's what.
And she told me not to slouch. So thank you, Mom, for all those tips. Very helpful.
She's like, I'm still your mom, and these are your
She's
misgivings.
like, you need to be brighter. And I was like, I don't really own a lot of bright
right
clothes.
here, Mom. Right here. These are for you.
It's pink. Anyways, on to our podcast.
Yeah, so everything is popping up right now as far as all those wonderful weeds, quote unquote, that are, you know, super just useful, medicinal, healthy, and they're all coming up. Like my whole property is covered in stinging nettle. And, you know, originally before we really got into the whole homesteading thing, you know, we used to fucking hate stinging nettle. Like, it hurts like a son of a bitch.
Yeah.
And
Ouchie.
my kids would fall in it, especially when they're babies. And I'm like, cursing it, like, God damn this stuff. But now I just go harvest as much as I can. And when I say everywhere, it's everywhere.
I'd rather have the stinging nettle than the foxtails.
And I honestly feel like that's taken over our foxtails, because
Yeah.
we used to have tons of foxtail, and now all we have is stinging nettle.
Yeah. That's
So
kinda cool.
anyways, everything's popping up. Stinging nettle, everything. What? Tell me. I just blanked on literally everything else.
Well, okay. So we've talked about stinging nettle before and all of its benefits, health benefits, and everything like that. We harvest a bunch. We make tinctures out of it. It has a lot of protein in it, so it can help with like anemia. I use it in a tea, like I dry it and I use it in a tea if I don't have anything fresh.
And my kids like it when it's fresh, just in hot tea. You can totally do that.
But you can do fresh or dried in hot
Yeah.
tea, and it's really good I always give it to my son when he has his allergies. And I've been giving it to him for so many years now. I feel like his allergies are getting better just because he's like taking in those plants that we have
same with
around
Legend.
us. That's kind of
Like,
cool.
remember Legend's like horrible allergies when he was like 2?
Yeah.
And he's been getting stinging
And I
nettle
just feel
every
like
year,
people
like
aren't
ever
like,
since.
you know, you're not eating your plants that are like indigenous to the area, or not necessarily indigenous. A lot of things got brought here, but like, you know, they've been here for so long.
Well,
basically-
indigenous enough to where they can help with allergies, you know.
Or just like because
they're
we're
from the
breathing
earth.
in all those like pollens and stuff. If you're actually
Exactly.
consuming them, you're just gonna have like less and less. Like you're not going to
Reactions.
be able. Yeah. So, anyways,
Yeah.
it's kind of cool. The stinging nettle, like we always talk about it, but it is pretty amazing if you know what it looks like. The other one that everybody knows is dandelion.
Yes, which is, and it's has so many health benefits.
Yeah. And all parts of it are useful. So like
Edible.
edible.
Yeah.
Thank you. Useful, edible. You can use the petals. You can make like a dandelion oil for your skin. So,
Sounds
like,
wonderful.
yeah. So you can, and that's good for like rashes, acne, any kind of like skin irritations or like lesions. Dandelion oil is like super beneficial for that kind of stuff. You can even make like a dandelion salve, if you will. I shall. The leaves, they're kind of bitter. I don't know if you've ever had a dandelion leaf, but I think like adding them to smoothies when they're fresh is like your best bet if you want your kids to like eat them. Like I'll eat them in a salad, but I don't think my kids would.
No, for sure not. No, yeah, they are very bitter. Like, and I don't mind that kind of taste, but for your kids, like, no way.
Yeah, and
I mean, most of the time my kids won't even eat the plain fucking lettuce. So.
oh right, my kids like lettuce.
No, Pirelli does, but half my kids hate salad, just veggies in general. That's kids. What are you going to do?
I know. Stupid kids. The dandelion, but it treats like stomach issues, appendicitis, like the list goes on and on for like it increases milk production if you're nursing. So
yeah, which is huge if you're having a problem, nursing your baby, your milk's not dropping, or maybe you're not having enough. I mean, dandelion is where it's at.
The dandelion root specifically.
And you can just go and like rip it right out of the ground, and it's amazing. You don't have to go spend tons of money on some special tea or anything like that. I mean, the teas are great too, but the dandelion is completely free.
Yeah, and it's good for fevers, diabetes.
Yeah, it's just packed full of goodness. It's like a very
endless list of things and there's so many, and usually everybody knows what a dandelion looks like, I feel like, so it's like an easy one to like go out and forage.
Right, like identify it. You don't have to be worried like, oh my God, am I eating something poison?
Speaking of that, so we're going to be listing off a bunch of different plants. Regardless of what we list off and what we tell you, we want you to go and do your own research. We want you to go and make sure there's no lookalikes in your area that might be poisonous or whatever of that plant, because there are a lot of plants that look similar to each other. And then obviously, even if we're saying that it's edible, certain people can be allergic to different things, especially like in the dandelion family and stuff like that, or daisy family. People can be allergic to it, and then, it's still going to suck for you if you eat it. So,
well, and it's, always with anything, it's a good idea to do your own research and don't take anyone's word on something, especially just one person's word or two people in this case.
And we're not doctors.
Yeah, we're not doctors. Well, and when it comes to taking something for the first time, try to just take a very tiny amount and then, gradually go up from there.
Or you can even rub it on your skin and see if your skin breaks out.
Yeah, and see if you have a reaction. And if you do, you probably shouldn't ingest it.
Common sense, it's the little things. So the other thing we have around here is miner's lettuce.
Which is, and it's everywhere. It's everywhere.
It's everywhere. And it's like, it's so good. I don't know. So miner's lettuce actually originated in, the United States, and it actually got its name from the miners eating it because it has so much vitamin C in it. It basically ward off scurvy. So scurvy was like an issue. They didn't have a lot of vitamin C, so they'd eat the miner's lettuce, and it helped like out a ton. And so it helps so much that they would take seeds all over the world, and basically now it grows everywhere, but it was originally indigenous to the United States. Fun facts.
That is so cool. And I didn't realize I never knew it was named after actual miners.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It is cool. And so a lot of the times, like in the spring when we start seeing it come up, we just go out and grab some and we use it as our salad because the kids just love eating it outside. My kids will eat miner's lettuce all day.
It's not bitter at all, and it's almost like sweet.
Yeah.
And you can put it in salads. You can just eat it plain, like Shauna said, or, however you want to eat it. It's delicious and very, very good for you. Packed full of vitamin C.
Mm-hmm. And what else was I going to say about it? I have notes. I'm going to say something. Oh, it has beta carotene in it too.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So,
it's a little powerhouse, huh?
Yeah. If you haven't tried it, you should definitely identify it, make sure and like try it out. My dog, I used to have a dog named Bubba. He passed away a few years ago, but he was very allergic to miner's lettuce, like so much so that he would like, when it was blooming, it has like these little white flowers that bloom out of the middle, and he would like stick his face in there, and then he'd come up, and speaking of Quasimodo, like he would just like have bumps like all over his face. Like,
I totally remember that. I'd forgotten that.
And,
that is so
and
funny.
then if you walk through it, he would get the blisters on his feet, and they would like start bleeding. He was Shar-Pei, so he had like part Shar-Pei, but it was just allergic to everything. And so we'd have to like keep him on Benadryl for like all spring when it was blooming, because
I totally remember that. That is so funny. I know, right?
Poor Bubba's. I know. He'd be all out there sniffing, and he'd come up, and all these bumps are like, like terrifying. When it first happened, I thought like he got bit by a rattlesnake or something.
I remember it first happening. That's what it looked like. Like he had a reaction to a bite.
Yeah.
Or like a wasp or something.
Yeah, because the bumps would like slowly get bigger and bigger until they would almost like burst, and it was like weird and gross and freaky, and you're just like, what in the what is happening to you?
What in the what?
So we talked about dandelion. Oh, cattails. So everybody knows what a cattail looks like, right?
Hopefully.
Okay. So cattails, if you strip away the outside of like the hard part of the shoots, Stalk. Good job.
You're welcome. I'm here for you for all the words.
Thank you. And like in the there's like the edible part basically is in the, after you strip that away. I don't have any words right now. I'm sorry. It's like the young shoot part of the cattail. Once you strip the outside layer away, you can cut that up and saute it. It's definitely something that a lot of people that are just foraging and relying on things, that's something that they'll eat often because it is easy to identify. They know it's not going to kill them, kind of thing. It also has the anesthetic gel on the inside. If you open up the shoot completely, like you cut it open down the middle, it seems like it's like hollow in the middle, but you'll see this gel that lines like the inside of it, and it's like an anesthetic gel that you can use for like cuts, and it has like a numbing property to it. So they used to use it a long time ago for like when babies were teething and stuff like that, because it would numb their
gums.
But they don't recommend that because if the baby swallows too much of it, then it numbs their throat and they choke, all those.
So don't do that.
Yeah.
But it's good for if you had like a minor cut or
it does promote
on your
healing,
skin. And it promotes healing, and it'll numb it a bit, which is kind of a bonus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially for a kid who's like wailing because they got cut. Be like, here, it's all numb now. Stop crying.
Shut it. Okay. Oh, plantain. So most people think when you
Not the banana.
I was just going to say that.
Were you going to say that? Okay.
Yeah. So a lot of people think plantain, they think of a banana.
Right.
But there is a weed, the plantain weed. It doesn't look like a banana, at least to me. But there's
no idea why that is its name.
Yeah, but there's like a broadleaf one and there's a narrow leaf. We have a lot of the narrow leaf where we're at. And it is great for like an anti-itch, like ointment or salve or whatever you want to make with it. Even if you are like gardening and you're out there and you get bit like in the springtime by a bug, you can just grab a leaf and like break it open and then just rub it on that bug bite and it will help a ton. It's actually kind of crazy how well it works for like bug bites.
Yeah, I know, it's not crazy. You have to like, obviously all of the medication we have today came from something in the earth.
You came from something in the earth.
You did too. It's like, it's so funny to me how people are like, oh my, that really works. You're like, well, where the hell do you think they got all the medication? What, you can just pull it out of their ass?
That would be weird. So it is also edible. So there's lots of things you can do with that, but we don't really eat it a ton because there's just so many things like popping up at the same time that taste a little bit better. We just use it as a salve, or when we have a bug bite, you can use it directly. So yeah,
I know, it's so cool.
Yeah.
I love the plantain salve.
Yeah,
I use it all the time. I need more, by the way.
I will make more this spring.
It's good.
I feel like I run out of, like, I made plenty of the nettle tincture this last year.
Yeah.
Like I made plenty. I was like, I still have some.
Nice.
And it's like, I know I did a really good job on that. But then like things like that, like the plantain salve, and there's the other one that I didn't make enough of. I forget what it was. I think the stinging nettle was the only thing I did a really good job, but that's because you just have so much on your property.
Right.
You're able to harvest so much without being like, I was like, I'm fine. We're good.
I'm fine. We've got plenty of that.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Because I was like, I need to harvest enough to when Ronan has his fall allergies, I can like, give him tea and stuff, but it lasts for so long. It really only dies off like in the colder months and then it's back again.
Oh, I know. I was going to say, we have it all fucking year long.
Yeah.
Like all year. I mean,
yeah.
Until it gets like, until we have like our first like frost essentially. Yeah. And that's not until when? Like
December?
So late? Yes.
California. Woo!
This is
We're
why
like,
I love
it's
it.
Cold.
Right now. Just right now. It won't be later.
Yeah, we just talked to our brother and he's stationed over in Poland and he's like, it's -10 here. And I was like, what?
I'm sorry, what? Like, how are you? And the awful thing was he was having to stand outside of his barracks and talk to us. So he was having to stand outside in -10 degrees. Is that what he said?
It's something horrible that shouldn't actually exist as like a number.
And I was like, you have to stand outside? Because every time he would try to walk into the barracks, his phone would, cut off and we would just lose service, or he would lose service. And he's like, no, it's okay. No, it's fine. And our brother, he's like the opposite of us. He has like no emotion.
We got all of it.
I think we got all of his emotion too.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, he's like, no, it's fine.
I'm
no,
like,
it's good. It's good.
I'm like, you can tell us that you're dying. It's
You
okay.
are way nicer than me. I'd be like, I will talk to you when it is no longer -10 outside.
No, or I'll text you, and when it goes through, it goes through.
And that's what you get.
Like, there's no. But I'm a big baby. I don't like being cold, but I also don't like being too hot. Like that perfect
weather, please.
Yes.
That's what we'd like.
Yeah. That's why I live where I live.
Exactly. I was going to say, that's why I live in California, though. Like, pretty freaking perfect all the time. And even when it gets, it's just totally not even cold. And like, I'm like, oh my God, it's freezing
I do the
in
same
here.
thing.
And my husband's like, it's not cold. I know I'm not starting a fire. I'm like, you have to start a fire.
Yeah, I'm dying.
I am freezing to death.
No, I'm like, fires are mandatory every evening. Like when I get home from like the kids' activities and stuff like that, like I want the house to be warm.
Well, I want the house to be warm enough to where I can walk around with bare feet.
Yes, thank you.
I don't want to put my slippers on. I don't want to put socks on because I inevitably will step in dog pee, dog throw up, dog water, something. My socks are going to be wet.
We're not high maintenance. We just don't want to step in dog pee in our
Who
socks.
wants to have wet socks? That is the most unsatisfying thing on the planet, and I hate it.
And my old dog, who's going to be 16 next month, I've talked about him before.
Aw,
he is just peeing everywhere all the time, and so it's just like you always have to watch where you're going. Like, or are you going to slip in dog pee? But
that's always fun.
Yeah,
slipping and falling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's good times. Yeah. Ooh, what's this? Urine.
But yes, no. Last year, we didn't have enough wood, and so it was like March, where it's like warming up, but it's still freaking cold at night. And like Honest is like my husband. He's like, we don't have enough wood. I'm not going to start a fire. I'm like,
I'm sorry. Did I just hallucinate, or did you say you're not starting a fire?
I was like, no, I don't know what you have to do
to get said wood, but you will find some wood because I'm gonna have a damn fire.
I was like, I can't like survive the rest of the spring. He's like, it's not that cold. I was like, I can't. I was like, I need you to figure it out. Like, I'm so sorry to be that person, but you're gonna have to figure it out.
No. Here's my thing. I don't need jewelry. I don't need you to buy me expensive clothes.
Don't need it.
Okay, I'm good.
Obviously.
I don't need expensive shoes. I don't even need a lot of shoes. I think my husband's wardrobe is bigger than mine, actually. I don't need a lot of things, but I do need a warm house. 100%.
I think that's fair.
I'm sorry. It's not too much to ask.
No.
Just make my house warm.
Yeah. Like, God.
What
are you good for? So we did have enough wood this year, because we had some big trees fall, which was very sad, but at the same time
beneficial though.
Super cool because
a ton of wood.
Wait, like a crazy amount of wood. Like we're gonna be fine. So I'm like feel very.
I know my husband just brings home wood from work because he works for a company and they chop trees down for PG&E, and so he just takes all the wood that all these huge trees that they chop down all day long. Also very sad, but it's for PG&E and they don't want the trees hitting power lines, causing fires and all that. So he just brings all the wood home. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
We never have to chop wood. Well, we do have to chop it a bit. It comes home in pretty big chunks.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah. I was like, yeah, can't fit that. Sherry has a really big ass fireplace. Like you can cook children inside of it. Like
I am positive I could probably fit into I could probably climb in there and fit in there.
Like it seriously reminds me of Hansel and Gretel. Like the witch. Like that's all I think. Like
even little children.
Even the outside of it, like it looks all like it's very cute, but it's just huge.
It's huge.
And it looks like Hansel and Gretel. That's all I can think about. I'm just like, okay, this came from something very fishy.
Very suspicious.
Anyways, so where were we at? Oh, yarrow. So I actually plant and grow my own yarrow because it has a lot of lookalikes that are poisonous.
And like we said earlier, that's not, if you have like one plant and there's so many lookalikes that are poisonous, just like Shauna said, it's really just not even worth it. It's worth it to just grow your own, and then Shauna knows exactly where that yarrow is. Then this is yarrow because I planted it.
I even have it in pots, so I'm like,
exactly.
I'm not going to ever be like, oh,
shit. And obviously, just gave my kids something that was poisonous.
Yeah. And the yarrow, I'll eat a couple leaves occasionally. It works really well for like stomach issues, like indigestion and stuff like that. But it is really good as like a poultice if you have an injury, even like a bad injury. It helps stop bleeding. Even if you're like have a cut, it will heal faster if you make like a poultice out of it and use it. So we do use it more often topically than what's the word? Ingesting.
Oh yeah, than eating it. Yeah.
But
it's great for it's great to have on hand even when you're like clipping your goat's hooves, things
Yeah.
like that. Great for just like a blood stop powder that you would buy at the feed store. You can use Yarrow instead, like as a poultice, like mashed up.
Or as
Put it
a
on that
powder.
hoof.
We have like a Yarrow
Exactly.
powder. Yeah. But even if you have like an injury, you can grab some leaves, you can crush it up and then put it on your injury and it will heal so much quicker and you'll be like, wow. And then you won't have a huge scar. So you're welcome.
No one wants scars.
No.
I mean, at least I don't. I've never been that person to be like, some people are like, scars are cool.
I think that's only like teenage boys.
Is it teen boys?
I think so.
I don't know. I think it's kind of like
Oh, sorry. I was trying to check
all
our time.
boys.
I need a better
Is it?
thing.
I mean, I don't know.
What?
I'm trying to think if my husband likes scars. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know.
I think they grow out of that at a certain point.
Yeah, I guess for sure.
Hopefully.
my teenage boys don't like scars though. They're not all about that.
Oh no, I could never see Lorenzo being like, okay.
Lorenzo specifically, he's like, this face is too pretty. Okay, no scars here.
No,
Thanks.
I could see Aiden being like, whatever, but like Lorenzo, no, he's gonna be like, no, like give me the Yarrow.
Someone get rid of this scar. Okay.
Plastic surgery's a must. Yeah, he's way too vain for that. That's fine. That's fine. We all have our thing.
You're also very vain.
I know.
You and Dad. Dad is always commenting on his vanity. It's so funny. He just commenting just today down the house talking to me. Just always comment. I know you don't have to tell me. I know you're vain. It's very, very
It's part
adorable.
of our charm.
It is. It is part of your charm.
No, I don't have a problem with that. Being vain.
You're like being vain. Did you hear? Hello.
Oh my god. But yeah, what else was I gonna say?
We were talking about Yarrow, and now we were
I just
talking.
like holding her
cleavers.
like she's a baby. Oh, you guys have cleavers?
Okay, and
Whole plant.
it doesn't mean we're not talking about something to beat someone with. Yeah, not that or kill someone or something. It's a plant.
It
Weed.
is. It's a weed.
you
Have
will.
you ever had that? You know that plant? It's kind of
It clings onto you when you
yeah,
walk
like when
by.
you walk by, but it's not like a sticker, like not like a what's those?
A foxtail. It's
No,
not like
no. What are those stupid little burry ones?
oh yeah.
What are
like
those?
Well,
I hate them.
I hate him.
Where like you walk and they're just covered in them, and then you're like, oh, these pants have to be, they're garbage now. Gotta burn them.
This sock is ruined into the garbage.
Yeah.
It's just they're just little stickers. What do you mean? I mean, I call them stickers.
They're called something. They have a
burrs.
name.
It's like the little round things
Yeah.
with like little pokey things
Hate
coming
them.
off of them.
Hate.
Sorry. I mean, at least you have hand signals now, right? So you kind of get it.
Yeah. Did you make a s'more? Husband's just eating a s'more over there.
He deserves it for
So
all his production mastery.
not on our timeshare, okay? You can have a s'more after we're done. So, but cleavers, they also have a lot of health benefits. They promote like healthy kidney function and stuff like that. They even improve the lymphatic system. Did I say that right?
Yeah,
Lymphatic?
you did. That was a very, very good job.
Yay!
Extremely proud of you.
I'm proud of me, too.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. Like all
Yeah.
these like weeds that you have around, like just and all it takes is just a bit of research. You see something,
And they
They're
also
such great
protect the liver
apps.
from damage.
Amazing. Just a
They're
fucking
good for
weed.
UTIs. It's like an anti-inflammatory type thing. So yeah. So
Oh, the nettle tincture is really, really good for.
yes, and
for
then this one you
UTIs.
can make a tincture or like a cold
Compress?
No,
Cold.
like a cold infusion, like
Oil?
you know? No, like you put it in cold water, and you
Oh.
let it sit for a few hours, and then you drink it.
Okay. I think it's really funny that you try to come up with so many words and you just have to be like, you can put it into water and drink it. And Shauna's like, hold up, wait, there is a better word. It will come to me.
There is though.
I'm just saying, I think it's very, very funny.
Anyways, so we are going to do like videos of all of these plants that we talked about and some other ones that we didn't get a chance to talk about today.
Yeah. Individual videos of each plant.
Yeah, so it gives you an idea of what it looks like, and that will be on YouTube. And we're going to be doing them, we're not doing them all at once because we're not like super women.
I mean,
like,
yeah,
we only have
lives
so
and
much
kids.
time. Yeah.
Sorry.
But we are going to be doing like individual plants. We're definitely going to be doing the dandelion stinging nettle. I know you guys already know what that looks like, but just how we make the tinctures and how we make the solves and stuff like that. We'll do the plantain. If there's anything that you guys specifically want us to talk about or see in regards to like foraging plants and stuff like that, just let us know, like comment or send us an email. But yeah, I think.
Are we good on time?
Yeah.
Weird. That seemed to go very, very quick.
Yeah, I know. When I looked at the time, I was like, oh God.
Very, very. Yeah, we have, couple shout outs. First one is New Beginning.
Oh, good job.
Homestead?
Yeah.
Did I just screw that up?
I think so. New Beginning Homestead. I'm going to look it up because I don't want to say it wrong.
I think it was to New Beginning Homestead, but.
She has a YouTube channel. Anyway, she just gave us a really nice shout out on one of her YouTube videos. It was like a walk-in pantry tour. She actually like changed one of her rooms that was like a underutilized room like into like a pantry. So it was kind of cool. Like I thought it was a pretty good idea.
Yeah, it's a New Beginning Homestead.
Yeah, and so she gave us a super nice shout out. So we wanted to we totally appreciate that. If you guys want to check her channel out, you should go check that out over on YouTube. The other one is Lady's Farm. And she also has a YouTube. It's all about homesteading. She has lots of different videos. So from the beginning, when we started podcasting, it hasn't been a year yet, but even like from the beginning, she was like, like we only met her through like Instagram and like her being a homesteader and stuff like that. But she has been like our cheerleader and being like, you guys should get on video.
Yeah, just crazy supportive and just epically sweet.
Yeah, so if you could, also go and to her YouTube and like and follow that.
Yeah, check her out because she's got some good stuff up there.
And she's a very nice person. So,
yes, definitely.
It's good to do things for nice people, right?
That's right.
Anyways, besides that, I think is that it?
Yeah, and just reach out to us. We post daily on Facebook and Instagram, and you can always email us. Did you already say our email?
No.
artkinofhomesteading@gmail.com with any kind of questions, any kind of, you guys can even reach out to us with, podcast episode ideas, things you want us to do, talk about. Like, we love that kind of stuff, and we love hearing from you guys.
Where you're like, you guys.
Yeah, what about this? Can you talk about it?
Or even like, we had somebody reach out to us and was like, I can't hear you guys, and so we're like, oh, sorry. Like, we'll fix that.
We will fix that.
And then we were able to fix it. So anything technical, even like that, like we love all
any kind of communication with you guys, because it's all about building
communication. What's the word?
You and your words again. Do you see?
What's
You're
the
doing
word?
It again.
Feedback. Thank you. See? My husband had to be in the room for that one. Feedback is great.
Your husband's always in the room.
Yeah.
He's our producer.
Kidding.
And we love him.
We do. We love him.
We wouldn't be with you guys on YouTube if it weren't for Shauna's husband.
Yeah. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. And we will... What? Podcast?
Yes, definitely.
We're all like, we have a podcast. I think that's what we're doing.
Hello? Is this a podcast? Please, if you can, like and subscribe and comment. Commenting on specifically our podcast helps the algorithm and then helps us to reach more people
you
that
said the word.
Want to. I usually do say words.
You said algorithm.
Algorithm? You fucked it up that time, which is very ironic. Hilarious.
You couldn't say it last time. I can never say it.
You're also good job. But comment and like and subscribe, and please share with everybody that you know that you think would like us and our kind of witty humor with a little bit of sweariness.
Sweariness.
Yeah.
It's a new word.
It's my word. I claim it. Just made that up.
But yeah, so thank you guys so much, and we will talk to you all next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Are you going to do a clap? Clappy, clap, clap.